Dear students, Prep 1. This is our revision about geometry. If angle x congruent to angle y and angle y are supplementary, then the sum of their measures equals 180, and they are equal in measure, so each of them equals excellent. 180 divided 2 equals 90. If the ratio between AD and DB equals, yes, AD and all of AB, 1 to 2, the two straight lines that are perpendicular to third one, two straight line and perpendicular to third, they are parallel. The measure of each of two complementary angles, each of them equals 45. If two straight lines intersect, then the two alternate angles have the same measure. If x complementary y, it means their sum is equal 90, and if they are congruent, so each one measure of angle x and measure of angle y equals 45. We have two congruent triangles, ABC congruent to XYZ. And if measure of angle A plus measure of angle B equals 100, so measure of angle Z equals, yes, 180 minus 100 equals 80. The sum of accumulative angles at a point equals, excellent, 360. The supplements of angle whose measure is 30 is an angle of measure. Yes, the supplement 180 minus 30 equals, excellent, 150. The angle whose measure greater than 90 and less than 180 is an obtuse angle. If triangle ABC congruent to triangle XYZ, then AB is equal to XY. The sum of measure of accumulative angles at a point equals 360. How many right angles in 360? Excellent, 4 right angles. If the triangle ABC equal congruent to triangle XYZ, measure of angle A equal 40, measure of angle Z equal 80, measure of angle B equals 180 minus 40 plus 80 equals 60. To get angle, we have to make two rays by using union. So YZ union YX equals angle XYZ. The complements of zero angle, excellent, equal right angle. Measure of angle A plus measure of angle B equals 180. Then angle A and angle B are good, supplementary. If the vertically opposite angles are complementary, then the measure of each equals, excellent, 90 divided 2 equals 45. If a line segment extended from one of its terminals without a limit, it will be, this is a definition of a ray. If A equals 170, then the measure of reflex of angle A 360 minus 170 equals, excellent, 190. 90 and a half is space, is an obtuse angle. Complete the following. The perpendicular bisector of a line segment is called, yes, axis of symmetry. If A, measure of angle A plus measure of angle B equals 140, so Z equals 180 minus 140 equals 40. To get the value of x, we will make 180 minus 6 divided 3 equals 40. The sum of measures of accumulative angles at a point equal 360. If straight line intersect two parallel straight lines, then each two corresponding angles are good, supplementary. The two adjacent angles formed from the intersection of the straight line and ray, good, supplementary angles. The angle whose measure is 50 complement an angle of measure 90 minus 50 equals 40. The straight lines parallel to a third. Two straight lines parallel to a third. Then they are parallel. All of them are parallel. The three lines are parallel. If triangle ABC congruent to triangle XYZ, then measure of angle Z equals, excellent, measure of angle C. In the opposite figure, we have three equal angles. So 180 divided 3 equals 60. So each angle equals 60. I want ABD, so ABD equals 60 degrees. If two straight lines intersect, then each two vertical opposite angles or VOA are equal in measure. The two angles are congruent if they are good, equal in measure. The complement of acute angle is acute angle. If the two adjacent angles are supplementary, then their outer sides are perpendicular. The two straight lines are congruent if the two sides and included angle of one triangle are congruent to the corresponding parts of the other triangle. The two adjacent angles formed by a straight line and a ray with starting point on this straight line are supplementary. The union of two rays with the same starting point, this is the definition of, excellent, the angle. If AB congruent to CD, then AB minus CD equals, excellent, 0, because they are equal. Z is the midpoint of XY. So XZ congruent to YZ because we have the sign of line segment. If the outer sides of the two adjacent angles are on the same straight line, then these two angles are supplementary. The supplement of obtuse angle is, excellent, acute angle. In the opposite figure, LX is equal AD equal 3. Measure of angle Z equal 60. Measure of angle B equal 70. Thank you, my dear students, and goodbye.